Hello there, this is Malorian, and this will be a 50-point War Machine battle. My opponent here is going to be using P. Butcher, and he's running him with Beasto 9, a Juggernaut, he has some Widowmakers, Saxon Auric, the Kayazi Assassins with Underboss, there's some Mechanics, Ayanna and Holt, Silas is there, and as well Kovnik Joe with the whole Winter Guard and UA and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, on my side, I am taking eKaya, who has Laris, the Scarfell Griffin, 2 Feral Geists. I have a Stalker, Gnarlhorn, the Argus, Gorax, Getorix, and a Feral Warpwolf. Alright, so this is one of the new 2014 Steamroller scenarios, and it's the first one of 5. You get 1 point for dominating your own friendly zone, 1 for destroying the enemy objective, 1 for controlling the enemy zone, and 2 for dominating. Now, looking at this game, I really did not know what we were going to do. Because looking at here, he has a lot of high defense skew. He also has some eliminators in there too. And I mean, I have lots of guys that can even boost to hit and things like that, but I just cannot kill them quickly enough. And then all he needs to do is throw on Fury and pop his feet, and my heavies will just disappear. So really the plan going into this game is to try and chip away at him. Normally he's not a scenario player, so I should be okay with that. Trying to pick away and then trying to push afterwards. If he does ever have an opening, I'll try and go for a run-up Laris assassination. I'm going to try stalling the zones with the Feral Geists. And the problem with that, though, is that he has Ayanna and Holt, so he has magical attacks, so he can kill them pretty easily. But yeah, I'm just going to see how this plays out. Even this little wall down the center, you know, I don't have all this much Pathfinder in my list. I'm actually feeling pretty lucky. I have the Argus there so I can hand it out. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I won the chance to get first turn, and I took it because I need to really push up the line of battle, because with my feet pulling me back, that's definitely an issue. So one of the things I forgot about in the first turn is I could actually be running all these guys for free, but whatever. The Feral Warpwolf went for speed and zipped up to where he is, and yeah, basically the only other thing that happened is I put Forced Evolution up onto the Argus, Shadow Pack up onto myself, and just really getting up there to try and threaten him and maybe start scoring on my own zone. On his turn, he puts up Iron Flesh onto the Kayazi, so they'll be really deadly, and everything just kind of goes up a little bit here. I was kind of expecting him to be pushing up even more. Maybe I'm kind of misjudging where he could get to, but the way it looks is I'm actually liking that the Kayazi are going to the right, because hopefully I can throw over the Argus there, make them a pain, tie that up for a while, and meanwhile everything else fights the Winter Guard, and I guess the Jacks too. And if I can then do that and then switch back over, maybe this could actually work out. So on my turn, there's not really too much I'm going to get done. He had ran one of the Widowmakers into me, so I just went and did a two-handed throw and threw him into another Winter Guard, killing 2 of them. But otherwise, yeah, you could just see that the Argus ran over, and to contest the zone, I have the Griffin there just to kind of threaten whatever else goes in there, and yeah, everything else is kind of holding back and ready to go after whatever he puts in the zone to make sure I don't dominate and score. So on his turn, he charges in with the Kayazi. He dropped the Iron Flesh so he could actually charge. He did not hit with either attack, so that's really good. I'm keeping that contested. Throws up the 2 Widowmakers so they can contest my zone. Goes up with the Winter Guard and gets the Eliminators. Basically, this turn, he's just getting everything in place. And one of the things I really like is that his Jacks, because he doesn't have Pathfinder, he'll be stuck on the other side of the wall, so I don't need to worry about them too much. And with Butcher being more on the left, that makes me feel better that he's not going for a scenario. So on my turn, I really hope to get a lot more done. This is going to be my feet turn, and the priorities were to kill the underboss with the Scarfell Griffin, maybe kill one more with the Argus, and then over here, the way it looked is I was pretty sure I could double hand throw the one Winter Guard into the other one, go up, kill the other sorry, the Widowmakers, kill the one Winter Guard that is in the zone. Even though we put over Iron Flesh, I just need to kill the one. And then with doing some interesting charges, I thought I could go and kill both his jacks and the Eliminators. And by doing that, I'd be in a very solid position where I'm already scoring, forcing him to commit and taking away a lot of his tools. Well, the way it went down is the first thing I did is went with the Feral Warp Wolf, and he missed his boosted attack on the Widowmaker. So, okay, already I know I'm not going to score, so that's not that big of a deal. So basically I go with eKaya then. She's going to pop her feet and basically come over here. Then what I do is I go with the Scarfell Griffin, who pops its Animus and is able to charge over the Underboss. Does kill the Underboss, so that's good news. And then because of the feet, comes back over to me. The Argus, I decided, because of him not looking like he's going for scenario, I dropped the Forced Evolution, made my attacks, missed them even though they're boosted, and then brought him back over here. Then what I did is I really just moved over the Gnarlhorn. Now that I know I wasn't able to really do anything, I was already going to be hot on Fury, so I didn't want to cast my Animus and slam in. So I just brought him over. Laris had to be up so I could be putting on the, dog pile onto his jack there, Abuse to 9, so I could actually get Getrix there. Getrix charges over, he's able to scrap Beasto 9, but then with my attacks onto the Eliminator, I couldn't do it. I missed my attack, and whatever, he comes back over. He also had Primal on him, so he'll be freaking out, so I bring over the Feral Geist for him to hit. Then I also go up and I put Primal onto the Stalker. The Stalker charges over, and his main objective is really just to kill the Eliminator. So with my charge attack, it was actually on the Juggernaut, and I crank him. I actually rolled a 16, which is fantastic. But then I just missed everything else, and I didn't kill any Eliminators. So really, looking at this here, even though my opponent was, kind of scowling at the fact that I killed 13 points or whatever it was, I really did not get enough done. And now my next turn, I'm not be down 2 heavies, and God knows what else he'll be doing to me here. So on his turn, he actually didn't do as much as I thought he was going to do. It seemed like what he was really doing is playing with me, because he drops his Iron Flesh, and the main thing he does is he puts on the magical attacks onto the Winter Guard so he can kill my Feral Geist and then make them so they're going to be frenzying and hitting my own guys. Otherwise, yeah, he just really kind of shifts over and doesn't do anything else. He does some shots into Laris. Laris is able to survive, but whereas I thought he's going to come into me, he's going to be popping his feet, his Kayazi will be all set up, and all these things where I thought he was going to be swarming me, he's not doing that. And the reason is because Butcher is heading over to the other zone. So all of a sudden now I am realizing that even though it looks like he's toying with me, I'm in a lot of trouble because he's going to start scoring. And even though I have a Feral Geist that can go up to stall him, I need to get over there quick. So on my turn, that's what I do. The Feral Geist comes in here to stall it, but with him having the magical attacks, he can kill me right away on his next turn. And really what I do here is to start trying to desperately clear things out. So both my guys frenzy, actually all 3 of my heavies here frenzy, because I couldn't pull off the one onto the Feral, so he freaks out, kill the one Widowmaker. Getrix freaks out, smashes the Argus. The Stalker freaks out and stabs the Feral in the back, so all my guys are wounded and all this nasty stuff. Kaya had to move up and do some healing. I had to put Primal onto the Laris, and really what I did then is flew over the Griffin, slammed him with the Gnarlhorn. That killed 4 of the Winter Guard. That was pretty nice. The Laris was able to go over and kill both Eliminators. That's really good. Argus came over, killed 1 more, and so I did pretty good this turn for attritioning, killing off a lot of the guys over here, but there's still a lot of more. I mean, I'm too far back with my heavies to do what I need to do. So on his turn, he is able to kill the Feral Geist with a shot. He charges my objective. It's down to 8 boxes. And yeah, I mean, this could have been a lot worse than what it was. But even, you know, granted what happened here, he scores another point. He was able to come over and kill my Gnarlhorn Satyr. So that guy's gone. He was able to also kill off my Warp Wolf because he actually feeded. And so, yeah, that heavy's gone. Laris luckily lived. And, yeah, it's just looking really, really bad. Now, one of the things I started looking at, that like, I was trying to find out that maybe I could get Laris over because he dropped his entire stack to do what he did. So if I could get Laris over, I could then just kind of teleport over eKaya, and then maybe I could kill him, right? Maybe I can get this assassination off. But then I remembered that Laris had Primal, so he's going to freak out, so that's not really there. So what I need to do is basically kill as much as I can and get as far to his zone as I can so that he can't, so I can get there to start contesting next turn. But really, this is all just desperation now. So on my turn, again, I do fairly well. I'm able to kill off the last Winter Guard, or sorry, the Widowmaker, kill everything in the zone, kill the Juggernaut, and score a point for myself. Laris freaks out and kills some little mechanic there. But one of the things I forgot, which was stupid, is that he scores in his own turn. So on his turn, all he needs to do is kill the objective and stand there, and he wins. And so he does some charges, puts up Fury, but that's really it. Kills the objective, and he wins. So really looking at the match, it really was a very bad matchup. It seems to happen every single time I pull out eKaya. You know, I'm up against a lot of Swarm with high defense and Weapon Masters or high power or something, and I just get swarmed. And it's one of these things where, you know, eKaya used to be really good back, say, in 2012, but ever since they really started changing the objectives and the scenarios, it is really tough, and especially if they have magical attacks to kill your Feral Geist, you just cannot stall the mission. And yeah, I mean, even without the mission, he could have just killed me either way. I asked him, and he actually said, yeah, he went easy on me, dropped down the Iron Flesh so I could actually kill some stuff, and then, well, he slowly would win anyway. But, ugh. Kind of a bad matchup, and also something I felt bad too is I was really whining through this game. I normally like to feel that I'm kind of a person that can, you know, take a bad situation on the chin and try my best, but I really was whining like a little girl, so sorry to my opponent for that, and hope you guys liked watching. Bye.